against the death penalty here. It's an honor that they've come to do their deliberations here and to help chart the world, the future of the global abolition movement. And it kind of, for those of us who are here who sometimes, want to act locally but think globally, this is an opportunity where we can have people who are acting globally and thinking locally all together and giving us a sense of solidarity, even though as we're making phone calls or talking, doing visibilities or speaking to senators who might not quite be with us yet. It's good to know that not only are we helping to transform the state of New Hampshire, and also helps transform in the process the United States, but ultimately what we're doing is important to the people in the Caribbean and in Asia and in the Middle East and in Africa, because we're part of this global movement. And what I want to do is have Barbara say, welcome you on behalf of the New Hampshire Coalition, and Florence on behalf of the World Coalition. And I'd like everyone just to go around quickly, because we're all brothers and sisters that haven't quite become immediately acquainted. And just quickly, just say your name and where you're from.
Can I just say this last part in French? I do the whole speech.
Yeah.
C'est juste qu'il nous encourage à faire un petit tour et dire, je ne vois pas les gens qui... et dire notre nom et d'où on vient. Après la présentation de Barbara pour la New Hampshire Coalition et Florence pour la Brésil.
Moi, je suis censée dire ça.
That's it?
I apologize for spacing out that not everyone has the simultaneous translation in their ear right now.
So, bonjour, thank you all for being here. I am Barbara. And the one thing I wanted to say, I was thinking last night when at that wonderful event, and thank you so much, all of you who participated in it. Do you want to translate that?
Moi? Il n'y a pas des francophones qui peuvent le faire?
Merci. Sauf que j'ai pas écouté cette première fois.
Voilà, ça je l'ai fait et après le reste.
Voilà. Après, il faut que je me remette en
je vous donne la bienvenue. Elle voudrait aussi nous remercier pour l'événement qui a eu lieu hier soir. C'était pas là, mais bon, on a eu une agréable discussion. Elle a remercié aussi tous les personnes qui ont pris la parole.
But in the course of working against the death penalty here in New Hampshire, I've been so privileged to meet people from all over the country, our country. I think about people from Kansas and California and Connecticut and Illinois. And we're all in this together. And last night, I got such a sense of being together with people, extraordinary people from the whole world, and it was really, it really did my heart good.
Et donc ce que Barbara disait, c'était que tout ce travail pour abolir la peine de mort ici au New Hampshire, elle a été amenée à rencontrer des tas de gens venant de tous les États des États-Unis. Elle les a cités, Kansas, Illinois, etc. Et que hier soir, elle a vu tous ces gens du monde entier, des gens extraordinaires, et que ça lui a fait chaud au cœur.
And I apologize for coming from a monolinguistic country. And I admire so much people who can speak in other languages and really form world community. So thank you for being here, and I hope that we'll be able to give you encouragement and good news next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think that all Americans are monolinguistic. Sometimes we have really complex, because we see Americans who speak so great foreign languages. No, for me, it's. I told it yesterday night. It's an honor to be there, and it's a great pleasure because we meet with all of you. We had today this extraordinary moment in the Senate where we had this public visit. It was totally improvised. There was a group with the French consul who was there, and so we came in. We were absolutely not expected, and we followed the visit of the building. And we were in the Lafayette room, and we had this legislator who read the speech of Lafayette. It was really funny.
But more importantly, today, I learned that Lafayette was opposed to the death penalty.
Yes.
Oh, right.
And that as early as 1834, he said something very powerful against it. So yes, we really keep our finger crossed for next Thursday. And we wish you all good luck. And but we know that we know, thanks to Rennie, all the efforts you made. It's a year's work, if I understand well. So, and it really is the image of the work we do at the coalition. When I entered the coalition years and years ago, I really thought that abolition was the next step. I thought it was something easy, and at the beginning, I have to say, I had to lose my illusions. Because at the very beginning, you say, no, we will not ask abolition, but moratorium. Only moratorium, okay? Only moratorium on sentences and executions. I had the feeling that it was very low, very low profile. Then we will defend the innocent. Yeah. Okay. Not only the innocent, also the guilty. So I had to lose my illusions, and once I lost all my illusions, I understood that we would work step by step. It's for me.
It's a ant. It's an ant work.
It's an ant work, and so I think that we are not enough to do all this ant work. I didn't know this word. Okay. So that's all what I would like to say. Raphael, do you want to speak?
Okay, I'm Raphael from ECPM. I'm Vice President of the World Coalition. Very proud to be on the board with Florence and the others. And I'm very proud and happy to be there today. Not only because I have the occasion to meet you, and it's always important to say how much great steps are made by great people, and by many great people, and the work of peoples. And this is because you are the New Hampshire Coalition, because you are a legislator, because you are lawyers, because you are grassroots people, activists, that maybe, hopefully, next week the New Hampshire will be the 19th states of America to abolish the death penalty, and I'm very proud to be part of it a little bit, and very happy, and I would like to thank you about that, to allow us to be part of your fight a little bit. And I have really appreciate the words of Rennie about the role of the coalition is you work locally but you think globally, and this is what we try to do. It is our aim, our objective at the World Coalition, be thinking globally to help people to work locally. And thank you very much.
Director for the American Friends Service Committee, which is a member organization of the World Coalition. So, some of you know that I do a weekly newsletter called State House Watch, which I just sent off to your inboxes. But one of the things I wrote this week is that what happens in New Hampshire does not stay in New Hampshire.
Well, some of you know me. I'm Kevin Rivera. I am in the steering committee representing the Puerto Rico Bar Association. And being part of the Caribbean and coming to New Hampshire in this historic moment, it means a lot for us. So when you abolish the death penalty in New Hampshire, don't stop there. Go for another state. Step by step, we will abolish the death penalty in the whole United States of America. And as part of it, you will give a great example to those other states that still have the capital punishment. So go for it. You can.
Great.
And I'm an ordinary citizen, but I have to say that I'm very energized by your presence here on the International Steering Committee. So thank you for being here.
From New Hampshire, and I thought I was out there fighting this fight by myself for a very long time. Before internet and email, I was writing or sending notes to governors around the country. But then I found there's others with me, and I'm very happy, and we'll do it next Thursday.
Yay. Amen.
Je suis Mustapha, vous l'avez dit, de la coalition marocaine contre la peine de mort, et je suis aussi membre du bureau, vice-président de la coalition mondiale contre la peine de mort. Et je suis très heureux d'être ici avec mes amis du comité de pilotage de la coalition. Nous sommes très heureux d'être parmi vous pour vous encourager. Et nous étions heureux aujourd'hui d'accueillir la coalition de New Hampshire au sein de la coalition. Donc pour vous encourager et pour saluer le travail que vous faites. Et nous espérons que votre État sera effectivement le 19e État à abolir la peine de mort aux États-Unis. Ce sera, comme a dit une de nos amies, ce sera symbolique et ça donnera de la force au mouvement abolitionniste américain. Et donc ça réconfortera notre lutte et notre mouvement. Je suis très heureux d'être là avec mes amis. Merci.
Mustafa Naidi from the Organisation Marocaine des Droits de l'Homme. Mustafa is a part of the board, one of the 5 members of the board, and he says how
From Morocco.
is from Morocco, and he told us how happy he is to be here, how happy he is that the coalition today welcomed the New Hampshire coalition, and how inspiring is the work of New Hampshire for the world movement. So it really encourages you because your victory will be a symbol.
Hi, my name is Xinyi Lin, and I'm from Taiwan. And next Thursday, I will have a party in Taiwan with you to celebrate you. And I will show off to my friends in Taiwan that I'm a member of New Hampshire Coalition.
Hello, my name is Emil Curro. I'm from Down Under. Or as in Australia we call ourselves on top. And you guys are down under for us. And I work for the World Coalition, and it's fantastic to be here, especially for this momentous occasion.
Hello, my name is Sandrine. I work with Raphael at ECPM Together Against the Death Penalty. We are a French NGO that organizes the World Congress Against the Death Penalty, and one of the co-founding members of the World Coalition. Rennie, I've known you many years now, and I'm stopping counting. But behind your face, I know there are a number of people that I've never met before. Some are here, some are not here. I just want you to not forget one thing. It's a lonely battle, but remember that right now abolitionists worldwide are holding their breath, and we are all standing with you until next Thursday and beyond. So we really, really thank you for your work, and we look forward to this wonderful news. Thank you.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm from Rennie. Also known as Hampton. And I'm just here to be helpful.
And she's very helpful. And you are.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm Italian, but I live in France because I'm the director of the World Coalition Against the Death Penalty. I've known Rennie for 4 years now. I can still count. And I've always told him I want to come and see New Hampshire and see where you live. And I couldn't think about a better moment to be here. It's really a great pleasure to be here and be next to you, even if we are not doing anything, and seeing you fighting this fight that we're all passionate about. And it was really interesting and moving, even if we didn't understand much what was going on, to be in the Judiciary Committee on Thursday morning. And I tweeted about it, and my hashtag was, I was there.
Yes, that's great. I'm Elizabeth Zitrin. I'm a lawyer. I live in San Francisco. Although I used to live in Boston, I went to Northeastern Law School, so I drove up 93 yesterday for the first time in over 30 years. And this is not necessarily the right time of year for it, because the trees were neither red nor green. But it's nice to be back in the region, and I'm on the executive board, so I'm the American on the executive board, the 5-person executive board of the World Coalition. I'm representing Murder Victims' Families for Human Rights, of which Rennie Cushing is the executive director, on the steering committee of the World Coalition. And as an American whose principal job is to explain Americans to Europeans and explain Europeans to Americans, I'm really delighted to have this opportunity to bring not only Europeans but Africans, Asians, people from all over the world to America, and there is no place more American than New Hampshire. So I hope that the support, the emotional support, the philosophical support from the entire world is something that's felt here in New Hampshire. We thank you. Thank you for welcoming us, but thank you mostly for this terrific effort you're making. I have confidence and wish you the best, and we are absolutely with you. Thanks very much.
Everybody, my name is Pervez Jabbar. I'm the Executive Director of an organisation called the Death Penalty Project based in London, and we're lawyers and we provide free legal representation to people facing the death penalty around the world, from the Commonwealth Caribbean to Southeast Asia to Africa. So we represent lots of people all over the world, and it is, I just wanted to say, it is very nice to be here. It does feel like history is being made, and it doesn't matter where it's happening, but if you're there, it feels very momentous. So it's a privilege to be here, and I'm very grateful. And I think the important thing to come out of what's happening here in the next few days is that the perception that people have around the world when talking about the death penalty is the strongest argument they have. It's a weak argument as well, but the strongest argument they always have is to say, well, you're telling us not to have the death penalty, but look at the States, the US has it, and you're telling us, whether we're in Africa, whether we're in Asia, whatever, not to have the death penalty. And the truth is that actually the death penalty in the States doesn't exist. It's still in the books in some places, but in reality, the US, and as far as the death penalty is concerned, it doesn't exist. There are a few rogue states, and there always will be, but as a country, it doesn't really exercise the death penalty in the way people think. So what will happen next week, fingers crossed, will be another step in just showing the rest of the world that actually it isn't what we think. There is a progressive movement, and the truth is actually the death penalty is pretty much on the way in the US. So I welcome that, and thank you very much for inviting us here today.
I'm Anne Suliac. I'm a lawyer, the head of the Human Rights section of the Paris Bar Association, which is a founding member of the World Coalition Against the Death Penalty. And I'm very happy to be here with you. And I won't be long. I just want to say that I will send you all my good vibes for next week and for Thursday. And I hope that we will have the opportunity to celebrate the abolition here in New Hampshire.
I'm Representative Linda Harriet Gathright. I'm out of the Nashua, about 50 minutes from here. I also serve with Rennie on the Criminal Justice and Public Safety Committee in the State House. I must say that Rennie and Arnie twist my arm. No, they didn't. I'm just joking. But they really did encourage me. I was able to speak on the House floor, and it would have been difficult without the encouragement. I can say that. And I also represent a group here in New Hampshire, Southern New Hampshire, Outreach to Black Unity, where our members are definitely for abolishing the death penalty. And I am honored to be amongst all my colleagues here.
I'm John Michael Dubé. I've been working with the campaign for about a year, and I've just been very fortunate to be part of this long-term fight to abolish the death penalty here in the States and beyond. It's an honor and very much a shot in the arm to have you here offering your stories and your context for what we're trying to do, which in my view is turn the corner on violence in every form. As far as getting the other people outside of New Hampshire involved, we have a thing called Light a Candle. I'll send it to Maria. We're hoping everyone will send good vibes, prayers, thoughts on the day of the hearing, of the day of the vote, next Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It matters, and we can do it. Thank you.
Ray Bilodeau, stop hiding.
Bonjour, monsieur, madame. My name is Ray Bilodeau. I'm with the New Hampshire Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty. I work with the faith communities and law enforcement. I've been with the coalition for about 4 years working. It's been a privilege, and we're going to do it.
Hello, I'm Guillaume Collins. I'm working with VIACAT, which is a founding member of the World Coalition Against the Death Penalty. I've been working with the World Coalition since 2007. And I must confess that I'm really glad to be with you this week, and I'm really impressed by the work you've been doing for the abolition of the death penalty in New Hampshire. And I want to give you good luck for next week.
I'm Ray Dodge, and I'm a member of the coalition, the Hampshire Coalition of Abolishing the Death Penalty. I've been involved for about 8 years, so this is kind of sort of the culmination, I feel, of all the work that we've done over the past 8 years. And it is truly a pleasure to have you folks here. I kind of feel like a little pressure's on us now. We got to deliver the goods. And I too, I mean, we're all getting into how long we've known. I've known Rennie for 8 years.
Police chief from Marlborough, New Hampshire, and Ray has been there leading the charge to organize the law enforcement community to...
Which is not easy. That's kind of our major opposition.
Right.
Moi, c'est Dar Abdullah, membre dirigeant de l'Observatoire marocain des prisons. Mon organisation a joué un rôle très important pour la création de la coalition marocaine contre la peine de mort. Je suis membre aussi de la coalition du comité de pilotage. En premier, merci pour votre accueil chaleureux. Aussi, je souhaite bien entendre des nouvelles dans les semaines qui arrivent concernant votre lutte pour l'abolition de la peine de mort dans notre région. Aussi, je déclare que l'union des abolitionnistes, la solidarité des abolitionnistes, c'est une condition d'avancer notre lutte pour l'abolition. Merci.
Why do you prefer to get rid of it?
Oh, his name is Abdullah Moussadad. He is a member of the Moroccan organization, prisons organization. Observatoire, yes, Moroccan Observatory for Prisons in Morocco. Founding members of the Moroccan Coalitions Against the Death Penalty, which is a very active organization, very active in Morocco and in all North Africa and Middle East regions, in all the Arab regions, very active. And Abdallah said that he's very honored to be here, and he cross finger for next week. And
L'union des abolitionnistes.
Yes, and he called for the union of all abolitionists all around the world, and this is a kind of what we represent today, all together.
Membre de la coalition marocaine contre la peine de mort, comme mon ami Abdallah. Je suis aussi membre d'une organisation que ses adhérents sont des victimes des violations graves des droits de l'homme au Maroc, dont quelques-uns qui sont exécutés hors la loi. Alors, je suis là, je suis très content de savoir qu'il n'y a pas que les couloirs de la mort dans les États-Unis, mais il y a des gens braves comme vous qui sont là pour que leurs États aussi fait partie des États abolitionnistes. Je suis très content de savoir qu'il y aura un vote le mardi pour que tout le monde fêtera très prochainement cet événement. Et merci.
Okay, I can translate Shamshoni Absalam, who is a member also of the Moroccan Coalition Against Death Penalty. He is also a member of an organization, a Moroccan coalition organization of victims of the dictator in Morocco. During many years, there were many people's opponents, political opponents in prisons, with torture and extrajudiciary killings, and he spent a long time in prison about political opinion, and he fight against the death penalty with his organization now, and he's very happy now to see that in the US there is not only death row, but there is also life and hope.
Yes. Je suis Liévin Gonji, je suis avocat et je préside une association qui s'appelle Culture pour la paix et la justice, qui est une association congolaise qui lutte contre la peine de mort. C'est depuis 2001 que je travaille ensemble contre la peine de mort dans ces combats, et je peux vous dire que je fais partie des premiers membres de la coalition mondiale contre la peine de mort. Alors, en arrivant ici, je me disais, mais pourquoi ça se fait que maintenant que New Hampshire est en train de se battre pour voter l'abolition et que les circonstances font que nous soyons ici? Parce que vous savez, chez nous, la première chose qu'on nous oppose, c'est que il ne faut pas faire la lutte contre la peine de mort en Afrique, parce que la plus grande démocratie, qui sont les États-Unis, ont encore la peine de mort. Alors je ne comprenais pas pourquoi c'est là, et je ne crois pas beaucoup au hasard. Mais je vais trouver la réponse lorsque, dans la salle de la Chambre des représentants, on va nous expliquer que New Hampshire a toujours été premier dans plusieurs choses aux États-Unis.
la première constitution, la première table, et ainsi de suite, et que très souvent, le vote de New Hampshire, même sur le plan politique, avait toujours une grande connotation sur le plan national. Et donc, je pense que les hasards veulent que toute la coalition mondiale se retrouve aujourd'hui, accompagne le vote de New Hampshire pour que cela puisse être le grand pas pour l'abolition dans l'ensemble des États-Unis. Et cela étant, ça va nous permettre à nous aussi en Afrique d'avoir la grande justification de dire, finalement, New Hampshire a aboli, les États-Unis ont aboli, la plus grande démocratie a aboli la peine de mort, donc il n'y aura plus la peine de mort dans le monde. Je vous remercie.
To summarise what he said. So this is Leoben. He's from the DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. He's a lawyer. He's been a member of the coalition since 2001. He was saying, correct me if I'm wrong, French speakers. He was saying that it's sometimes hard for smaller attentionist countries to argue against the death penalty when you've got such large democracies like the US that still have the death penalty. And he's saying that this small step helps towards abolishing the death penalty in one of the biggest democracies, and that it will help his country to abolish it in the future. I think that's pretty much it.
I'm with the Advocates for Human Rights in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we've been abolitionists for more than a century, and I hope, and I firmly, absolutely believe that 100 years from now, someone will be standing right here in this room saying the exact same thing.
I am Jackie Orto. I am the treasurer of the World Coalition, and I am a member of the board. Je continue en français maintenant parce que je suis meilleur. Émile va traduire. Je suis le représentant du plus important syndicat français qui est adhérent à la coalition mondiale contre la peine de mort. Mais j'ai aussi une autre casquette, si je puis dire, qui est celle d'animer avec mon ami Jacques Lederer le collectif français de soutien aux journalistes noirs américains Mounia Abou Jamal. Et donc je viens souvent aux États-Unis, mais je parle toujours aussi mal l'anglais et l'américain. Donc ça fait à peu près une vingtaine d'années qu'en France nous avons créé un collectif de soutien à Mounia Abou Jamal, qui était, comme chacun sait ici, l'une des figures emblématiques du combat pour l'abolition universelle de la peine de mort. Et grâce à ce mouvement auquel nous avons contribué, aux côtés de nos amis américains, Mounia est sorti enfin du couloir de la mort il y a 2 ans. Donc bien évidemment, c'était une grande victoire, mais Mounia est toujours en prison, sa peine a été commuée en prison à perpétuité, et que nous poursuivons le combat pour sa libération. Donc ce que je voulais dire, c'est que je n'ai pas souvent mis les pieds aux États-Unis dans des circonstances comme celle-ci, c'est-à-dire d'être dans un État présent aujourd'hui, dans un État qui s'apprête, et je l'espère, ce sera confirmé par le vote très prochainement du Sénat, dans un État qui va abolir la peine de mort. Donc évidemment, c'est la partie des grandes nouvelles que j'espère pouvoir annoncer dans quelques jours à Mounia Abou Jamal, puisque je vais aller le rencontrer dans sa prison en Pennsylvanie à la fin du mois. J'espère que cette bonne nouvelle fera la plus grande tache d'huile possible aux États-Unis, car ces dernières années, ce dont je me félicite, c'est grâce à des gens comme vous, à des militants comme vous, à des élus comme vous, qu'un certain nombre d'États américains ont pris cette voie, qui est la seule voie, j'allais dire, raisonnable et humaine, pour conduire effectivement les États-Unis d'Amérique, comme vient de le dire mon ami Liévin, à sortir de ce cercle infernal dans lequel ce pays se trouve depuis si longtemps, et depuis trop longtemps, alors qu'il devrait en montrer l'exemple, comme étant la plus grande démocratie du monde, c'est de quitter ce carteron qui reste encore de pays sur la planète qui exécutent, et je crois que ça serait quand même un formidable cadeau qui serait fait à l'humanité tout entière, que ce pays, effectivement, abolisse la peine de mort. Mais grâce à vous, ça fait partie des contributions qui conduiront à atteindre cet objectif, je crois, irréversible.
So hopefully I remember all of that. He was saying that He is a member of the World Coalition, but he also has a second hat that he wears, and that is being one of the co-founders, along with his friend to the right of him, of the collective Mumia, which worked and still does work for the liberation of a black American journalist that was sentenced to death, and 2 years ago, fortunately, had his death penalty commuted to life imprisonment, and that they're still working towards his liberation. He's thankful to be here, and he thinks that it would be a great step for this country towards abolition if this state were to abolish the death penalty. I'm sure I've missed something in there. Francophone.
Well, he's Jackie, I am Jacques, and he told the whole story.
I'm Len Korn, I'm a psychiatrist in Portsmouth, live in Newcastle. I've been on the Coalition Steering Committee for the last, I think, 4 or 5 years. It is great to have an experience of realizing that we are part of a world effort. We knew we were, but it's great to experience it in real time, and we thank you greatly for your support for our victory on Thursday.
We need you as a psychiatrist to find a slogan. The thematics, the themes of the World Day this year is mental health and death penalty. And we spent most of the afternoon about to find a slogan. So we need you after that to have a strong discussion.
I'm Jennifer Dollar, and I'm a field organizer with the New Hampshire Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty. So we're getting to the vote, and I always say, I hope to work my way out of a job, that we're done on Thursday and we can, focus on.
I'm Chris Dorn, and I used to be a State House reporter, and I watched bad criminal laws getting made. I founded a group called Citizens for Criminal Justice Reform, and we're fighting for smarter criminal laws, basically what all of you guys are fighting for. And when we win this fight next week, the field's going to be ripe for harvest. All of you people are going to have to find something else, or a lot of you, to do, and the work is not finished, and in fact there's going to be a breakthrough next week, and our side can go on the offensive, and it'd be nice to see.
Jamie Kapash, I'm a logistics consultant with the New Hampshire Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty. I was born and raised in New Hampshire. Came from a family that supports the death penalty, so I had to go through my own evolution on this issue. And I hope that next week I can be part of helping my home state along its own evolution on the issue to learn that we can all live without the death penalty. So.
Sorry, I was trying to hide.
I'm Ilse Andrews from Exeter, New Hampshire, which is on the seacoast, and I'm the Amnesty International coordinator for Seacoast, New Hampshire. As you know, Amnesty International is over 50 years old, and from day one it has been against the death penalty, and so it's been a great pleasure to be able to work with the New Hampshire Coalition, all in the same direction. And we thank you all very, very much for coming to support us.
I'm Priscilla, and I'm from Brazil, and I live in France, and I'm staff of the World Coalition, and everybody else is I'm proud to be here, and we cross your things for next week.
And I'm gonna introduce her because her has to get out from behind the camera. Come on, come on,
come on.
I think it's all right, Herb. I don't know.
Yeah,
right there.
You'll see it's
located?
Put your head down a little.
No, tip it up a little.
All right, okay, that's...
Herb Moyer, Exeter. I basically believe strongly that we should get away from the death penalty, and I videotape various events to post on YouTube and local New Hampshire community cable TV to help sway other opinions about that position.
Herb's here, and Herb is like a magician with a camera. If we could figure out a way so that we can all have a group photo to capture this moment.
Right there?
We could do it, but...
Whatever